Welcome back to my Colorado Mountain Garden. And right now you're looking at the back end of my grow tent. And my grow tent is 4 feet wide by 8 feet long. The green bars are made out of steel. And there's bars that go up across the top. There are 5 sets of lights in here. Each one of them has 2 LEDs in it. This is going to be my 5th year growing in my grow tent. So, and I haven't had to replace any of these bulbs. Yeah. These were the ones that I bought from Sam's Club. And you just need to make sure your kelvins and lumens are up at least 5,000. I believe these were listed at 6,000. The strings that you see hanging down is because they're on pulley systems. So they won't be down on the ground like that when the lights are really lowered. And then if I have to raise them up, now I'm not going to have to raise them to the roof. My plants are not going to be that tall. But I just use like a rubber band or a twisty tie and pull those up out of the way. These pots are 1-gallon pots. And let me just scroll in. Each pot that I put in here will have a deep dripper tray. So you can see how deep that is. And then that's so I can add more water because most dripper trays are only about a 1/2 inch. And so when I fill up my water, I like to go above the little black, scroll in here, those little black holes. So I make sure it absorbs enough water. With peppers, you kind of want to let them dry out in between watering. These are all used 1-gallon buckets. I've been using them year after year. The stickers on most of them are just because if I had bought them at a store, they'd already have the sticker on it. And I don't pull them off if I don't need to. Let's see. So there's vents. There's doors, there's vents along the side, and you're only seeing the back half right now because I can't go back far enough for you to see the whole thing. Those are actually windows that have the green on them, and that's if you want to look in at your plants and not have to open a door. Although I usually leave my big door open, not the side doors, just to allow air flow through it. Plus, I usually, once I get these in here, there'll be a fan out here at the front part that I run for about ½ hour a day, sometimes an hour. I can set it for 1 hour, but a lot of times I'll come in here. I also have I already did a video on it, some little rechargeable fans that I can hang from the top down and blow down on top of them if I need more airflow. What else can I tell you about this? Besides the fact that I need to mop the floor. But that'll come after this growing season before I fill everything back up with my gardening supplies and stuff like that. I kind of use it in here unless we know we're having company that needs to use the bed in here, and then we'll take the tent down. But if we don't have anybody coming, I just leave it. I don't really have to open up the vents, like I said, because I leave the door open. I might, from time to time, if I get all the way to the front and it's packed with plants, I might close the door at night. So when the grow lights kick on, because I start them at 4 o'clock in the morning, those front plants can get a little more intense sun. I try not have to move these plants around very much when they're in here, unless I have to make more room. But otherwise, that's how it sits. Once I get the peppers in here, the lights will be pulled down real low on top of them. And the back 2 lights right now are not currently turned on. So the back 2, I can't really see that. Those back two back there are not turned on right now. They will be as I get my peppers in here. I just wanted to make the video real quick so you can see. Probably once I get them all set in here, which may not be till late Saturday or Sunday, if they're all ready to be up potted. I think all but a couple are, and maybe by the time Sunday rolls around, I'll get the feeling that they might be root bound enough to go ahead and up pot them. I don't play with the roots of my peppers at all, because they don't like it. And when I do the video of up potting, I'll kind of show you how I use a empty cup to make a little hole so I can just set them right in. And what I do is I fill up several. So let's say I might fill up all 5 of those 1-gallon pots. I make the hole for the peppers to go in, and then it's just an assembly line. I drop them right in. When these go out to the big greenhouse and these peppers go into their 5-gallon containers, I repeat that process, but I use an empty 1-gallon container, get all my soil in and packed around that, not heavily packed, but just so the air's out, get it packed around the 1-gallon container, then pull it out, drop the pepper in, pull them out, drop the pepper in. And that seems to work really well versus trying to put soil around it. Now, the tomatoes are a little bit different because I drop the tomatoes down probably just until, well, the soil is going to be, when I do the tomatoes, once they come out of my solo cups, I usually fill dirt in the bottom up to above where that hole is and get that kind of packed down. And then I'm going to drop my tomatoes down. And as it grows, I fill in with soil. And we'll go through that, but that's a ways out. So there's no sense in really trying to explain all of it right now. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy gardening.